I love talking about visibility and helping you build charisma. And what if you could have fun, right? So, how many of you want to make a big difference with your work? You're like, I want to help change the world. I'm on a mission. Yeah, yeah. Okay. I'm going to tell you a super quick story because I think it's a perfect example of what happens to us when we start to make videos and or create content. So, when I very first started doing stand up, I didn't know how to write, and I took this class, and I was I just wanted to make people laugh. I just wanted to get better at it. And I was goofy and I was willing to do anything. And my teacher was like, okay, when you're writing, you need to be autobiographical to you, and it needs to be specific to you, but it needs to have universal theme. And I was like, what? Like, I went into analysis paralysis and overthinking. Can anybody relate to that? Right. And then he goes, okay, and when you get in front of industry, you really need to have your persona nailed down. It's got to be perfect. So then I was like, perfectionism. So I was like in that straitjacket of analysis paralysis, overthinking, plus perfectionism. Can anybody relate? Anybody ever? Right? Yeah. So here's what happens. This is what I've learned from working with hundreds of fabulous, amazing women is when we're in our jam, when we're coaching, when we're doing our thing, you know what you're doing. You're full of wisdom. You're dropping pearls, right? And then we go, oh, yeah, yeah, I got to do this marketing thing. I got to make a video. And then we see the lights and we go, and we freeze. Has that ever happened to you? Right. All of a sudden, when we were comfortable and in flow, we had a million things we could talk about. And then the minute we put the camera on or the lights, we go, sometimes we have perfectionism, overthinking, and then the imposter thing comes in. So it's like a whole, I call it the peanut gallery. I've got a whole peanut gallery. So here's what I want you to say. Everybody take a deep breath. So the next time you have a peanut gallery, say something like, well, everybody knows that. I want you to say, thank you for sharing. You're just trying to keep me safe. Thank you for sharing. Because here's the thing, we're always going to have that inner critic. Mine gets really loud and then I turn it down and then it comes back, right? So when you can learn how to wrangle those inner critics, the peanut gallery, you will have more bliss. Because the goal is if you're having fun when you're making videos or when you're talking, your audience will be too. And ask me how I know this, because when I very first started coaching, I was like, I gotta be intentional. I gotta be polished. I need to be perfect. Okay, I'm gonna be very, and it wasn't me. Because I'm much like, I want you to feel me, right? And I would rather have somebody speak passionately and in sort of loose and not perfectly poised, but I can feel their passion. That to me is way more fun than somebody who does a perfectly coiffed, polished talk. That's not me. That's not the kind of coach I am, and that's not the people I get attracted to. So